Good morning, everyone. Great to see so many folks on Ingathering Sunday. Wonderful. Good morning to those who are gathered here in the sanctuary and all who are joining us online today. We're going to begin this morning with a musical prelude by John Mayhood. Friends, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Charlottesville. My name is Reverend Tim Temerson. My pronouns are he and him, and I am so pleased to be leading worship this morning with my superstar colleague, Reverend Leah Derlin-Jones, music director Scott DeVoe, accompanist John Mayhood, and yes, the UUCville Choir is back in the house. This sanctuary was built over 70 years ago on the homeland of the Monacan people and was once cared for by enslaved people from Africa and their descendants. We honor all who have dwelt here and all in our congregation whose lives led to this moment of our gathering. I invite us now to take a moment to greet others. Those online may unmute, and those here in the sanctuary or social hall are welcome to greet your neighbors, especially those you may not know.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Donna.
Hi. Good morning, everyone.
There aren't that many of us zooming in this time.
No. I really wanted to go to church this morning, but my tummy is not participating.
Oh, sorry.
What
Yeah.
happened? I didn't hear that. What happened?
I just said I really wanted to go to church today, but my tummy's not cooperating.
Hi, Cindy.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello.
Really loud. Almost. A couple more things to say. Yeah. Oh. Oh, goodness. We offer a special welcome to newcomers and invite you to join us for fellowship after the service in the social hall. Feel free to use one of our red coffee mugs, and UUCville members and friends are reminded to offer a warm welcome to anyone with a red mug. There is a live stream of the service going on in the social hall right now. Everyone, of course, is welcome here. in the sanctuary, but the social hall can be a good option if you need a roomier space, although it's a little crowded in there this morning, and you'll hear more about that in a minute. Many thanks to all the folks helping us share worship, both here and online, the greeters, the ushers, the hospitality teams, and special thanks to our AV tech team led by another superstar, Rachel Buckland. Now, yes. And now we have board member Renee Brett will come forward with some greetings from the board.
Good morning. It's so nice to see everyone and a lot of blues in here and this beautiful blue altar. I'm welcoming you on behalf of the board. I wanted to say a few things. I've been honored to be able to serve on the Stewardship Steering Committee. I always have to look that up because like SSC, wait a minute, this year as the board representative. And I've also been kind of tapped with my data knowledge to be a part of the Congregational Data Stewards team. So this is new for this year. And what we are charged to do is help with pledge minding and be Breeze super users. So those of you who may not know, Breeze is our I guess, repository, our data repository for everyone. And so all of your names and addresses, this is how the church keeps track of pledges and who are members and friends. And it hasn't been looked at in quite some time. So we're trying to organize, make sure people's addresses are right, make sure their family units are right, among many other things. So there'll be more to come on that later. We're going to try to think of some creative ways to make sure we have everyone's information and it's correct this year. And so I'd also like to say that Kay and Jimmy have put together a nice little job description for us. So they've given us some really good tasks. And those on the team with me are my better half, Bob Brett, Angela Orba, and Maria Puente Duani, and we all have a lot of IT experience. So we had a really great meeting last week, and we're looking forward to helping with that. So welcome.
Beautiful. And we have one more greeting this morning from a special guest today, our good friend, my good friend and colleague, Pastor Layman Bates from Ebenezer Baptist Church. Pastor Bates, welcome.
Thank you, Pastor Tim. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I want you to do this. Look at your neighbor and say, I have superpowers. Now, how many of you really believe that? For those of you that know the Hebrew scriptures, I believe it's Psalm number 18. David provides a wonderful set of lyrics to a song that he wrote. And in Psalm 18, he talks about how he, through God, gave him superpowers. And in that particular song, it talks about how he can leap over walls and he can bend steel with his hands. I mean, it's literally in this particular song. And this is one of the things I'm trying to share with my congregation, especially in times such as these, is that we're always looking for someone else to help to get us out of problems and situations and whatnot. But I believe the Creator has endowed all of us with a superpower. Amen. And so with that said, hopefully that'll be a word for you. I just wanted to come and just say thank you to this congregation. We have been tied together now for, I believe it's, let's see, my math is right, 16 years. And as a result of that, we've been able to hopefully make a difference in our community. Your pastor and I had breakfast this past week, and we made a commitment, and we're going to be more intentional now in our congregations coming together. You know, we always come together for Pachim and other things, but there's nothing like fellowship and relationship. And I think a lot of that was lost during COVID. And so I am just here, again, first of all, to say thank you. And then secondly, to just reaffirm our commitment, our congregation's commitment to one another. We are going to be planning some events. I think I can say one of those events is bingo. We love bingo at Ebenezer. I think we had at least 3 or 4 bingos last year. And so that was part of the discussion your pastor and I had. And so again, thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Pastor Bates. In case you all were seeing Pastor Bates thinking, isn't he going to preach today? That's coming, not today, but that's coming, so don't worry. So I have some announcements this morning, quite a few actually. So today is the kickoff for a new art show called Lighting the Darkness with our own Flame Billier. Flame? Where's Flame's not quite, well, it was a busy day yesterday. So this is a beautiful art show. I've taken a look at it, and many of the pieces focus on the flaming chalice of Unitarian Universalism. And so I encourage you to take a look at Flame Show and engage with Flame about it. And just one quick note, in a couple of weeks, Flame and I are going to do a service about the flaming chalice. So that'll be a lot of fun. So friends, join us today in the social hall immediately following worship. Today is our annual service fair. If you're looking for ways to get more involved or connected in the congregation, or just want to learn more about all that we do together, be sure to visit the numerous tables both in the hall and right outside. There's so much going on in this congregation, and this is a chance to learn more about it. If there's something you want to maybe get involved with, you can talk to the leaders. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. So please stay with us for the service fair. But before that, I mean, there's so much going on. We are going to, right after the service, going to take a picture in here. Angela Orba is going to be up in the balcony. So I invite everyone here in the sanctuary. If you don't want your picture taken, that's fine. But we're all going to come up here on the chancel and smile. So before you head into the service fair, just come on forward and join us up here. We'll somehow get organized, and then we'll take a couple of pictures, and then we'll go to the service fair. So please join us, and we'll remind you about the picture at the end of the service. So some more announcements. UU-Cville votes. This coming Tuesday night, September the 10th, there's some kind of a debate happening, I think. Well, we're in for a real treat because the debate will be live streamed here at our congregation in the social hall. We're going to gather at 8, bring friends, and finger food. The streaming won't end until the debate is over. So come and plan to get comfortable. And a reminder that in a couple of weeks, we will be hosting a voter mobilization night for all ages on Wednesday, the 18th at 6 p.m. in the social hall. You'll be able to write postcards and make calls and send texts to help get out the vote. So please join us this Tuesday. Kelsey's one of the organizers, you can tell. So, and I love that Yahoo. So join us this Tuesday night and then on the 18th as well. Many thanks to all who volunteered at the Pride Festival yesterday. It was a fabulous, fabulous turnout, a wonderful event. So grateful to the organizers, including our own Serafina Whiff, and to all of you who volunteered for Pride. It was just wonderful. We met so many wonderful people, and we really lived our mission of putting love into action. Saturday, September the 28th at 10 o'clock, we invite all of our members and friends who are 70 years old or older to our annual Elder Brunch. So please mark your calendars. See Carol Gardner. Carol Gardner's at the very top of the balcony. So those of you may not be able to see her. She's up there waving furiously. And Carol will have a table at the service fair today. Stop by if you'd like to volunteer. If you have any questions about the Elder Brunch, please stop by and see her. So let's see. I also want to mention that we'll be hosting on April the 22nd a young adult open house here at the church. Yeah, I don't know why I've got April in my head, but it's definitely September. It would be a little early to be announcing April, that's for sure. So September the 22nd. Yeah, I don't know why it says April there. Sorry about that, Rachel. So anyway, and Andrew, one of our young adult leaders, will be at the young adult table after the service at the service fair if you want to talk to Andrew about that event. So let's see, Scott, do you want to come up and make a quick choir announcement?
As quick as I can make it. Yes, the choir is debuting today. We have been rehearsing for 2 weeks, but really, this is a good time to think about whether you might want to join the choir. It is non-auditioned. Honestly. I mean, we love it when we have people who know how to sing in a choir and know how to read music. That's great. If that happens, I'm just all smiles. But everybody else, it's a church choir. The point is to come and sing. So we would love to have you. We are especially in need of people to sing the tenor and bass parts. It kind of depends on how you feel about your gender orientation, what kind of person you might think you are. But really, we need men. It's just thinking it through. Any number of things are possible, but really, we are looking for men. It really is important for us. We're a big enough choir, but we're not quite big enough to do 4-part music because we don't have quite enough people of lower voice quality in the congregation. So anyway, I'll just point that out. Yeah, we rehearse on Thursday nights at 7:30, and I'm just saying you can just come anytime you want. And I will also mention that we're also looking for instrumentalists to perform. I'd love to have a rhythm section, which means a bass player and a percussionist would be great to have. It would be great to also have you if you want to sing but don't do choir stuff. Anyway, see me in the service fair. I'll be there.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you. And one final announcement. If you are new to the UU congregation of Charlottesville and want to learn more about us or Unitarian Universalism, join me and several lay leaders next Sunday at 12:15 for our monthly newcomer circle. It only lasts for 30 minutes. It's drop-in, no sign-up is required. So please join us. And now let us settle ourselves for worship.
Our call to worship this morning is by Molly Hoosh Gordon, entitled Learning to Love This World. We gather together this morning tenderly, like drops of dew on a leaf of grass.
Hopefully, like gathered raindrops in a cloud.
Gleefully, like water rushing in a stream to the sea.
Deeply, like groundwater pulled up from a well.
We gather from every direction for another year of growth and depth, another year of companionship and hope, another year of learning to love this world.
We gather like the water that joins us across all of creation, the water that connects us within and without, merging and flowing across the entire world.
Come, let us celebrate and worship together.
As Lily Garrett Redmond comes forward to light the flame of our chalice this morning, can you please join with me in saying our unison chalice lighting words? We gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning and celebration of the life we share together. And now let's do our other chalice lighting words with our hand motions. We
Light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is a church of open minds. This is a church of helping hands. This is a church of loving hearts.
Wonderful. Would you please rise now in body or spirit and join in singing our opening hymn, which is number 299 in the gray hymnal. The lyrics will also be on the screen. Make channels for the streams of love. Please rise. may be seated.
Well, today is our annual celebration of water communion, a service that many of us look forward to all year as a touchstone in the life of our congregation, where we really feel like we're kicking off the new church year together. And water is such an important thing to all of us. It's part of what nourishes us and sustains us. We know that water is powerful in ways that are beautiful and huge waterfalls, but also powerful in ways that can be destructive, like floods and storms. We witnessed that recently with the storm Debbie that came through and flooded many of the rivers near us. One of the special things about water is that we can experience it with all of our senses. So think about that for a minute. Think about the sound that you hear, whether it's water from your tap or water from the ocean shore, water in the pitter-pat of rain, the sound of water in our lives. The color of water. Many of us are wearing blue today, and that sense of beautiful water of many colors from many sources. The taste of water. Water has a taste to it, and you may be partial to the water that's at your home. And if you're somewhere else, the water might taste funny to you. But water has a taste. Water certainly has a feel, like the mist that might be on your face when you're out in a storm, or when you're taking a shower or a bath, or you're swimming, or you're dipping your toes in a body of water. And water has a smell. Sometimes it has a sulfury smell. Sometimes it has a briny smell. Sometimes it has an earthy smell. So I invite you the next time you are out in nature and you're near water to see how it touches your five senses, to see how you relate to it in a sensory way and what gifts water has to give you. I visited lots of water on my sabbatical. In fact, I have this photo and I'm wondering if any of you can guess where it was taken. Anybody know? Yeah, in the back. Say again? Whoa, you must be familiar with that body of water. That's what it is. It is at the intersection actually between Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. And I was fortunate enough to see 4 of the 5 Great Lakes while I was on my sabbatical. I made a point of driving to Lake Erie just so I could say that I'd seen that one. But yeah, and I just thought the watercolor for Lake Huron was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It looks tropical, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so that was a very special part of my trip, or my many trips that I took on my sabbatical, that I look forward to talking with you and sharing with you more about later. But one of the things that came to me as I was thinking about water is, yes, there are beautiful, special places that are about water or connected to water or are water around the globe. But we've got some pretty special places here where we live too. And I'm wondering, Tim, if you would share, what's one of your favorite watery places around this area?
Well, I certainly have a number of places that I really, really like, but one that comes to mind that I just experienced like last week was taking a really nice walk along the Rivanna River with my wife, Carol. And I think it was just a wonderful chance to get outside in this beautiful weather. It's so wonderful to be around water with those you love. And that just makes the experience that much richer. And also, I would add that when you're out near water, occasionally you never know who might show up. So I want to show you a picture of a friend we made. I don't know if you can see, our friend is across the river, but I believe that's a blue heron. And and I don't want to say they were just sitting there enjoying the beautiful day, much like we were. So So yeah, so Reverend Leah, I wonder where's a special place around here
Yeah,
for
you
you?
know, I thought about this a lot, and I know that wherever you live in this area, there's some body of water that you can connect to. But the one that came to me was Beaver Creek, which is the reservoir out near Crozet. And it's a place where I like to go in my kayak. And one of the things I like about it is I never know who I'm going to see, whether it might be a blue heron or a green heron or a beaver. But it's so peaceful there. It's just such a peaceful, beautiful place. And whenever I'm there, I'm always grateful that I made the time to be with that body of water. So what Reverend Tim and I would like to do now is just invite you to think. What's a special body of water, source of water, place of water to you? And if you would turn and share that with someone that maybe you don't know. We'll just take a couple minutes for you to turn and share about a source of water, a space of water, a place of water that's very special to you. So go ahead and turn and share. I know that was a very brief time of sharing, and I hope maybe you started a conversation with someone that you'll be able to continue after service today to learn more about the meaning and importance of water in our lives. One of the greatest gifts that we can have is a glass of clean, clear water. May we all savor the gift of water in our lives, and may we continue working for a day when all have easy, unfettered access to safe, drinkable water. Just like this. Cheers.
Friends, we are an interconnected community that cares for one another. Part of how we embody this care is by making time each week to share the joys and sorrows we hold in our hearts. Due to time constraints, we will not be doing our ritual of joys and sorrows this morning. Please know that Bob Brett from our pastoral care team will be available for a few minutes after the service in the back corner of the sanctuary if you would like someone to listen or offer you support. And if you are joining us online, please email the pastoral care team at pastoral@ucharlottesville.org. Now I'd like to invite the choir to come forward and share an anthem with us.
Just wanted, this piece called The Water Remembers is by Jason Shelton. We do a lot of Jason Shelton's music, partly because he was, I think, clever enough and caring enough to write music for soprano, alto, and men together. A sort of three-part music. He does it beautifully. I just thought I'd point this out. We're going to be, I mean, we sometimes feel like we're doing too much Jason Shelton, but until we get a few more men, sorry to refer back to all that stuff, we're gonna keep. Of course, we always do this every year because it suits our service.
Wonderful. Well, I don't think I'm making a controversial statement and saying that the choir has sounded pretty darn fabulous this morning. Yes, indeed. Funds this community offers its love and support to what is closest to our hearts. Another way we show our care for one another is in sharing our financial gifts with our community and our congregation. The Social Action Collection for the month of September is for the RISE Foundation. RISE's mission is to be a vehicle for giving voice to the voiceless, strength to the weak, and support for the lost within the Black community. RISE does this through education and other important initiatives, including the creation of an incredible all-Black library that highlights the stories, history, family encouragement, faith, love, relationships of Black people, all told by Black people, for all people. Rachel, will you please show us the social action slide for giving for those who would like to make a donation right now to RISE? In addition to giving online, if you would like to give today with cash or check, please use the Social Action Collection envelopes here in the sanctuary and place your offering in the collection plate as they are passed. And please make your checks out to the UU Congregation of Charlottesville and write Social Action Collection in the memo line. Along with our monthly Social Action Collection, we invite everyone to financially support the ministries and mission of this beloved community. Through your pledges and the weekly Sunday morning offering, together our financial gifts support UUCville and enable us to put love into action. This is our shared ministry. During the music which follows, you can offer your financial support by using the text address the Venmo, going to the website. You may also place cash or checks in the collection plates as they are passed. Let us now dedicate all of the many gifts we share with one another by saying, "We accept your gifts with gratitude. May we use them wisely for the highest good."
Today is our In-Gathering Sunday, a day that feels for many of us like the start of the new church year. Our annual ritual of water communion is an important part of our congregation's life and for many other Unitarian Universalists around the country. The first UU water communion service was created by a circle of Unitarian Universalist women 44 years ago. And we are honored to be continuing this beautiful tradition. As we participate today, may we feel a sense of connection to one another and also to the larger circle of care and concern and to the great interconnected web of life of which we are all a part. Water is a precious gift that sustains life. Science tells us that our bodies are made up of about 70% water, and that water molecules can be found in every part of our body, keeping every part of us healthy and functioning well. There are many other things in the world also full of water, not just oceans and rivers, but animals and plants and other people. Truly, water connects us all. It is also true that easy access to clean, safe water is, unfortunately, not something that everyone has. So today, we also acknowledge the privilege we have in our abundance of healthy water sources. We will continue to advocate that all people have access to clean and safe water as a human right. We have each been invited to bring water from a place or an activity that renewed us over the summer. Your water this morning could be from the kitchen sink, the bathtub, a garden hose, a nearby stream or pond, or perhaps from a trip that you took. We have a special container of water that is here on our water communion table to represent water from our friends who are joining us via Zoom this morning. In a moment, we'll combine all these different waters as a symbolic act of bringing the gift of ourselves to this shared community. When we add our waters and intermingle them with the waters of others, we are also renewing our commitment to one another and to our community. It is a truth that we need to share our water, and we need to share our unique gifts with others, and in turn, we need to be strengthened and sustained by the long, cool, life-sustaining drink that is this community. We are a people bound together by our covenant with one another and by our thirst for a more just and equitable world for all. Today, let each of us be water bearers and bring our waters to share and intermingle in the spirit of renewal and in the commitment to our mutual liberation. As we do this, we pray that the rain of compassion continues to fall for all of our days. As Scott offers a musical meditation, I invite you to exit your pew from the center aisle and turn towards the Rugby Road entrance, and then proceed back around and form two lines that come forward to add water to our common bowl. If you did not bring water with you today, we have extra water here that you are invited to add so that everyone is welcome to come forward. Feel free to think on where the water you are bringing has come from and what it means to you, and to offer your silent hope or prayer for the year to come. Let us begin our ceremony of water communion. And now as Tim adds some water from last year's water communion service, and also from this picture symbolizing the participants who join us today via Zoom, we have our beautiful vessel full of our mingled waters. And now that we have collected them together, let us bless it together. So I invite you all, those who are willing, to hold your hands up in offer of a blessing and repeat after me, please. May the love that surrounds us and the love that sustains us bless this water. May we be ever mindful of the gift of water and how it connects us to one another and to life itself. The water is blessed. Amen, and blessed be. You're invited to stay seated now for our meditation hymn, number 1007, There's a River Flowing in My Soul.
Well, friends, there is certainly a river flowing through the soul of the UU congregation of Charlottesville. That river is flowing with love, with compassion, with justice, with service, and most assuredly with hope. And that river is certainly telling you, it's telling me, it's telling everyone who comes through our doors, and hopefully telling the whole world that they are most assuredly somebody. As you heard earlier, in a few minutes, we'll invite you to make your way to the service fair. I hope most, if not all of you, will join us, because this service fair is an opportunity to really become part of this congregation's mission, which quite simply is to put love into action. You'll have the chance to connect with many of our leaders and, I believe, find a good match for your hunger and your passion to serve and make the world and this congregation a better place. I have to say that I certainly witnessed that hunger and passion to make the world better and more loving at the Charlottesville Pride Fest yesterday. What a joy it was to be part of such a glorious celebration. What a joy it was to see so many people stop by our table and say how moved they are to see a religious community, a church, at the Pride Fest. And what a joy it was to see so many UUCville volunteers, many of you who are in the sanctuary right now, sharing our message of unconditional love and welcome for all. And I would add, giving away a lot of really cool Pride swag. So friends, as we find ourselves living in a world that so often is filled with what we don't want, hate rather than love, judgment rather than acceptance, exclusion rather than unconditional welcome. The UU Congregation of Charlottesville is a community that is working hard to help build a different world. And I hope all of you will join us in that journey. Blessed be. So now we want to invite you to rise in body or spirit and join in singing number 1024, When the Spirit Says Do. This is a pretty energetic hymn, so if you feel like dancing and moving, dance and move away. And no, don't move away, move around. There we go. And so 1024, the lyrics will be on the screen. When the Spirit says do, please rise.
As Reverend Tim extinguishes the chalice, I offer this benediction with words from Kent McCusick. In the name of all that is holy, may the connections between us inspire and sustain us. May the flame of life within us and amongst us be a sacred reminder that we are all called to serve, to grow, to love as we continue this journey of transformation. In a minute, go in peace and in love, but first stay to have our picture taken together. Amen and blessed be. Let's gather up here on the chancel.
Okay. All right.